Welcome to Mr. Chalk's Revision Tips. In this video, we will look at
electromagnetic properties and uses of EM. So electromagnetic waves are a form of energy waves that have both an electrical and a magnetic field. Electromagnetic waves are different from mechanical waves in that they transmit energy and travel through a vacuum. So, radio waves are used to transmit radio and TV signals. Radio waves are good for this because they can travel long distances before being absorbed, and they can spread around objects like mountains or buildings. They are also reflected by the ionosphere, which stops them from escaping into space. So radio waves can be produced by using an alternating electrical current. So radio waves can then produce an alternating electric current of the same frequency when they go and hit an aerial. So a TV station broadcasts at 500,000 kilohertz. So the waves travel through the air at 300 million meters per second. So calculate the wavelength of the waves. If we were working that out, it would be 0.6 meters. Microwaves are used for satellite communication and cooking food. Water molecules in food can absorb microwaves, so the energy the molecules gain increases their temperature. Microwaves are used for satellite communication because they can pass through the atmosphere without being absorbed, reflected or refracted. So radio waves and microwaves are two types of electromagnetic wave. So they both can be used for communication and travel at the same speed in air. So give two more properties that are the same for both radio waves and microwaves. If things like they're both transverse, they both transfer energy, they can both be reflected, refracted, diffracted or absorbed, and they both travel in straight lines. Infrared can be used for electrical heaters, cooking food or infrared cameras. Infrared is good for heating because they are easily absorbed by the surface of objects. So when objects absorb infrared radiation, they gain energy, so therefore their temperature increases. So we're looking at one example of infrared rays being used for communication. It's something like TV remotes. They're relatively short range, or they can be used in optical fibers for sending signals. Visible light is used for lights and optical fiber communications. Optical fibers are thin strands of glass that pulses of light are sent down to transmit information. Visible light has a short wavelength, so it can carry a lot of information. So radio waves, microwaves, infrared and visible light are all parts of the EM spectrum that are used for communication. State one way in which they are different from one another. So they all have different frequencies, wavelengths, and carry different amounts of energy. Ultraviolet radiation is used for energy efficient bulbs and suntan beds. UV light, which has a shorter wavelength and more energy than visible light, is created inside the bulb. So the UV light is absorbed by the surface of the bulb and is converted into visible light. UV light can cause premature skin aging and increases the risk of skin cancer. X-rays can be used to look at broken bones and to treat cancer. X-rays can pass through soft tissue easily but are absorbed by bones, which is why we can see them on X-rays. During cancer treatment, X-rays are directed at the tumour, so the tumour absorbs the energy of the X-ray, which eventually kills the cell. So if we're describing the properties of radiation which enable us to see bones, so it's because our X-ray passes through the flesh, however it is stopped or absorbed by the bone. And finally, gamma rays are used to detect cancer or to treat cancer. Gamma rays can't pass through tumours as easily as other soft tissues in the body, so this is why tumours show up on gamma ray images. So during cancer treatment, gamma rays are directed at the tumour, so the tumour absorbs the energy from the gamma rays, which eventually kills the tumour cells. So X-rays and gamma rays are other types of EM radiation. So state two ways in which they differ from microwave radiation. So they have different wavelengths or frequency. They have a greater penetration. They can cause great levels of ionization in body cells, and they transfer more energy.
Thanks for watching.